But speaking of Big Bear, that's the person I want to shout out tonight. I want to shout out Jason from the Big Bear Homestead. If you haven't seen or met or know Big Bear, Jason from the Big Bear Homestead, go over to his channel, check him out sometime. He's doing great. So Jason from the Big Bear Homestead, Brad from Full Spectrum Survival, and we do a show every once in a blue moon where we get together and talk about survival. We talk about situations, we talk about everything like that. And the last time we got on, we spoke about doing something. And Brad said, what are you going to do between now and the next time that you are, that we come on? And so I put my head down to think about it, and I went through some channels, and I picked this up. And so I'm going to present Jason from Big Bear Homestead and show you what exactly he's being shouted out for. And so in this video, he's talking about Hügelkultur. What is Hügelkultur? At the time when he was bringing this video up, I had no clue as to what Hügelkultur was. And so I brought up the video. So let me present that video.
So in today's video, we're going to talk about Hügelkultur. Now, what is Hügelkultur? If you know what Hügelkultur is, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know that you already know what Hügelkultur is. But Hügelkultur is a German word that means hill or mound gardening, or hill culture or mound culture. Now, we're going to tell you how you can apply this method to your raised beds. Okay, so the basic principle behind Hügelkultur is to take biomass that's not easily composted and put it to use. Now, what do I mean by biomass? I'm talking about things like logs, limbs, twigs, stuff that you wouldn't normally put in a compost pile. But you'll put it in your Hügelkultur raised bed to break down over time, to compost over time, and it automatically feeds that soil that you're composting in. So the theory behind it is that you take logs and twigs and branches and stuff, and you lay it down, and then you cover it with dirt. So how can we apply this to our raised beds? Well, that's very simple. You take your raised bed and you lay the logs down. Then after you've laid the logs down, you lay in twigs and small branches and stuff like that to help cover up the logs. And after that, we lay down leaves. We'll put down leaves because leaves will help cover up spaces, and it compacts real easy, and they also break down really well, and they also promote a lot of the funguses and the mold and stuff to grow in there, which helps keep that party going on in the soil. And then we'll add semi-composted material, again, to get that bacteria in there, get that stuff in there to help start the process. And then we'll top dress it with a little bit of compost or potting mix. Now, applying this to a raised bed, what's the benefits of doing that?
And so that's just a snippet of the 8-minute video, and it goes over Hügelkultur and what it is. And so what it is a raised bed that has sticks and limbs in the bottom of it that absorb water, break down over time, and create new growth and new life, and like Jason would say, a party inside this raised bed. And so I watched this video, I was blown away by it, and I was like, holy cow, I got to get this done. I got to do that. So after we had that live stream between Brad, Jason, and myself, Brad said, what are you going to do between the time frames and whatnot? I said, I am going to make a Hügelkultur bed. So that's exactly what I did. So I'm going to present again and show you exactly what I made myself inside the garden. So here we are. in my garden. That's a rabbit coop back there. We're in a garden. It's fenced in, and I had made platforms to make a box. And this was made out of tongue and groove wood, some old tongue and groove wood that I had handy sitting underneath my back porch. So what I did was I put them together and created a box, just like they had on that video. And so this is a 3x8 box because the planks were 8 foot long, and so I made a 3x8 box. And if you're doing a square foot garden, that's 24 square feet of gardening space. That's 24 spots where you can place plants for future growth. So next thing I did was I went and got logs, just like in the video. Put them inside there. We have a lot of pine around here, and I know pine's a softwood, so it breaks down pretty easily. So that's what I did. I got the pine logs, I got some pine twigs inside there. Then I went over to a compost pile. Now this compost pile is mainly decomposed chicken wood chips. And so these are the wood chips that are inside my chicken coop, and I took that out and I placed that inside the Hügel bed. And you can see there that it covers roughly 3/4 or a third of the bottom of that bed. And what that does is saves you so much out of your pocket, because you're spending so much money getting commercial dirt that it's going to bleed your pocketbook dry. But adding this to it not only benefits your garden, but it benefits your pocket because you're not paying so much for it. So added the wood, the twigs, the mulch, and now the dirt. I added topsoil and composted manure to this, and it is ready to go. And I'm super excited about it, and I'm so glad that Big Bear took the time to actually make that video, and I was oblivious to it. And I know this culture gardening stuff is a big thing amongst a lot of people, and I like to call them hippies, but sometimes they're not. But permaculture is something that everybody should just at least dabble in, take a look at, and do. So if you want to see that video, go over to Big Bear Homestead, check his channel out and everything like that.